Man, I just stepped on something, my babes. I felt it. I don't know what that is, but it looks suspicious.
But then how did Trump get? Because I don't like Trump. I think he's a punk.
Kamala?
Donald Trump.
You like Kamala?
I think punk. I think that.
You're stuttering.
I think that Trump is a punk. I think that the first thing is anyone who would say, knowing that they are being taped, that if a woman doesn't like me, I just grab them by the pussy. I think someone who would go on Howard Stern.
I don't think that's the exact words. If a woman doesn't like me, he didn't say that.
He said grab them by the pussy.
Yeah, but what he said before that and after that is very important too.
Howard Stern saying he'd date his daughter, and she's got a great rack. I'm a big protector of First, Fourth, and Fifth, and Sixth Amendment.
My grandmother said to me, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. My grandmother said to me, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's not the same without you, Mom. Are you looking after me? All the way from heaven in the sky. Are you looking after me? I hope you look after me. This life is so hard. I don't know why destiny has set me so far. You need to look after me. Can you please send me a sign? I'm about to lose my mind. Let me know where you at, Mom. Cause I wanna be there. How to forget when you told me they'll bury your body in flesh, but the soul could never be there. My grandmother said to me, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. My grandmother said to me, it's gonna be alright.
You guys caught you anything yet? Nothing? You caught one?
Yeah, we give it to them.
Oh yeah? Was it big?
Yeah, it was like almost 2 feet.
All right.
When I was crying, sick in pain, nobody cared. You was the only one to heal it. Now everybody wants the picture with the man you raised. I wish you was here to see it. Last time we spoke, you made it clear to me you don't want nobody to cry. 2 hours on the calling card, the phone call drops, and I couldn't say goodbye.
What's going on? What's going on, my peeps? How y'all doing today? Let's hope everybody's safe and sound, healthy above every single thing. We are in Upper Nyack, giving you a quick tour, showing you around. You heard? Let me see how's the water, my peeps. I don't even know how the water is, but it's kind of chilly. Hi. Hello. She said hi, my babes. How you doing, sir?
Good. How about you?
Not bad. Out there. And there she goes.
Sight it.
Looks like she likes the water.
11 years old.
11? I was about to ask you.
Real bad bilateral hip dysplasia, elbow dysplasia, osteoarthritis.
Oh, so this is a good exercise for her, right?
Yeah. I used to do, I was a semi-professional triathlete. I finished 11 Ironman triathlons. You swim 2.4 miles, you bike 112 miles, and then you run 26.2 miles.
Okay.
And up in New Paltz, someone hit me doing 67 and a 15. Broke my back, all my ribs. They threw me 300 feet.
Wow.
So.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, bro. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough, but I use some tricks. That's not for safety. That's a Coast Guard rated life jacket. It has nothing to do with safety. It has to, like when you and I swim.
Uh-huh.
Like this. Get that coat on. It brings her hips perpendicular to the water, so it's true zero gravity.
Wow. That's wonderful. How you found out about that?
Well, people who are pure swimmers make fun of triathletes because we wear wetsuits.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so I used to go up to the Kingston Rhinecliff Bridge, and a friend of mine is a certified motion kayaking. I'd swim the 3.5 miles and then bike 150 up in the Catskills.
Wow.
So, but if you put a wetsuit on, it's a whole different ballgame.
I've never swam with.
In all the people.
But I feel more comfortable without like nothing. I don't know what's the difference, but I've always swam probably in underwears, and I've never,
In 11 years coming here.
Hello, we got you.
In 11 years coming here, I have only once had to go in. And again, it's because of an idiotic owner. She had a yellow lab, big.
Gotcha.
And I threw that thing is actually for hunters.
Oh yeah?
So they throw it and put a scent on it or some shit. And then that represents the dead bird.
Oh, so that's what they use it for.
And I always thought orange, dogs only see blue and yellow. So your jeans and this are
I thought dogs could see like black and white only.
No, they see blue and yellow, and
dogs can see colors?
Like shades of it. But the lab, she came back, and the lab keeps going, and I can quickly see that this lady has absolutely no obedience training, and this is like 5-6 years ago. I took this off, took my phone and everything, and jumped in, and the dog was a good football field out there now. And I was like, the first thing was, damn, I wish I had that wetsuit. It's just so much harder, and it's colder. And
was it in the summer?
What's that?
Was it in the summer?
Late summer, early fall. And I was starting to get to the point that I don't claim to know this river, but I know where the currents begin based on what my friends.
Does it change? Like, does it sometimes goes up and sometimes it goes down? This is the Hudson River, by the way. For those who don't know, current goes up, down, it goes crazy.
Come on.
But now it's pretty calm. It's not,
Oh yeah. If you would have seen this.
What happened? He got you.
Ignored. I was getting to a point where another 20 yards and I was going to just bail because I was not taking a ride down to the Bronx or Manhattan. I got the dog. It wasn't his fault. It was shaking. And I told the numbskull owner, go to Home Depot. Buy 100 yards of spline. Like $2. Tie it around your waist. Tie it around his collar. And now train him. I'm going to throw. You're going to come back.
Yep, that sounds like a plan.
It's too bad her boyfriend didn't come out today. You would have gotten to meet Mark, who's from the Bronx. He lives in the Bronx. He was with the U.S. Secret Service for 9 years.
Okay.
And he retired last year. He's a Latino guy, maybe mid-40s. Are you Dominican?
Yes.
My son's Colombian and Guatemalan.
Oh,
And
bless him, bless him.
African-American and Jewish. His bomb dog he got to bring with him.
Oh, he brings him here?
Well, yeah, he got to take him out of the Secret Service and
He kept it?
yeah.
Oh.
And it's 140.
Is he retired?
Yes.
So they're both retired?
Both retired. 140-pound Belgian Malinois, 3-inch thick collar, did not touch. And it would have given you goosebumps. I mean, like, he first of all, he never, ever talks to his dog. Ever.
Just sign languages?
I don't know.
Oh, whistles?
I mean, I'm watching everything. So he would follow Luna,
Uh-huh.
stay 3 meters.
Luna is her name,
behind,
right? Luna. Okay.
And then, yeah, my child's mom and our cat, La Chilandrina, you know, that Spanish.
Chilindrina, yeah.
El Chavo.
Mexican.
He would just let her get it, come back, stand, and at alert with Mark. Yeah.
Wow.
It was interesting because as we got to know each other, my child's mom is a professor at West Point. Actually a tenured professor, lifetime. The first woman of color in 264 years. That's how sick our system is.
Wow.
So you become like a professor, associate professor.
Were you ever part of the system?
What's that?
Were you ever part of the... Did
No.
you serve? Were you...
No, I was a criminal defense attorney.
Oh, you was a criminal defense attorney.
At
Shout
the
out to
Nyack
you.
trials, I've done 21 murder cases to verdict and 157 violent felonies to verdict. I didn't like police because it's like, if I want to do paperwork, I'll go to Kinko's.
Wow.
So, hey, vende aquí.
What happened?
That's just her excited. This dog, though,
She's getting
Lola,
jealous. She's getting jealous.
I have never seen. Oh, so I asked them. I said, "See that building, Mark?
Uh-huh.
If I were up there with an AR-15 and live rounds, and you walked Rolo around the building 10 times, how many times would he alert?" And he gave me this look. Not that I was stupid, but like he looked at me and he was like, "What?" All 10 times.
Wow.
I said, "Well, then how did Trump get?" Because I don't like Trump. I think he's a punk.
Kamala?
Donald Trump.
You like Kamala?
I think punk. I think that.
You're stuttering.
I think that Trump is a punk.
You okay.
But-
How so? Why?
Why?
Because everybody that I ask, like, tell me something bad about him. It's like they don't have a basic. You know, I'm not against or with nobody. I don't do politics, but I have big platforms and I share with the people.
I think that the first thing is anyone who would say, knowing that they are being taped, that if a woman doesn't like me, I just grab them by the pussy. I think someone who would go on Howard Stern.
I don't think that's the exact words.
He said,
If a
like, grab
woman
'em.
doesn't like me, he didn't say
He
that.
said, grab them by the pussy.
Yeah, but what he said before that and after that is very important too.
That's fair. But I mean, on Howard Stern saying he'd date his daughter, and she's got a great rack.
Gotcha.
You know, he seems to enjoy getting in trouble a lot. And, you know, our abuelos down in Georgia, about
Our grandparents.
15 minutes from Atlanta, and there's still racism so thick down there. I mean, yeah, downtown Atlanta, fine. You know, this area, Nyack, is supposed to be, you know, woke.
Okay.
And when we had Sebastian, he's like 2 months old and we're pushing the stroller. And Charlotte's mom, she went to St. Catherine's.
Mm-hmm.
Right? She's like 5 feet tall, but she'll probably kick our asses. we're pushing the stroller and someone taps her on the shoulder and says, "You have a card?" And it took a split second and I understood it. And it took one of the only times I figured it out before Erica did. And I was praying the West Point Erica comes out and not the Bronx. They assumed she was a nanny.
Oh yeah?
And she just turned and said, "No, I don't have any card, but God bless you. Have a great day."
Listen, I'm what they call First Amendment auditor. What do you know about our Constitution?
Oh, I watched a lot of those police things, and
Not just the police, as well as the public, but yeah, go ahead.
you have a First Amendment right to say, see, the problem becomes the famous Supreme Court cases, you cannot shout fire in a crowded theater.
In a crowded theater. I understand that one.
But it becomes very questionable if you say, I don't like Trump and I'd like to see him blown away. That's free speech. I don't like Trump. If I saw him, I'd spray him.
That's your opinion, or that's your speech?
You're starting to get into some waters that...
literally you're saying that you're going to do something.
See, the feds by that...
But you're still allowed to say it, you know?
Allowed to say it.
You're allowed to say it. But now it comes with consequences. Your speech comes with consequences.
It does.
It is a free speech, but some things comes after that. Yeah. You have to be willing to accept those consequences.
That lady who held the bloody head up, what's her name? Kathy Griffin, comedian. That's free speech. But the Secret Service has to, I guess, go over there. I mean, that's free speech.
It is. Now check this out. I'm about to go to the town and walk around and give my people a tour. Do you think they're gonna feel uncomfortable because I'm recording? Or a lot of people might call the cops on me, or I might get assaulted? Because sometimes it gets pretty iffy. Some people like to assault me and smack my camera. I've even been to jail for this.
First of all, right, I do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy
in public
standing here.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if I was in my car with Luna and you came up to the windows, we'll get to that stage. I don't know.
You could have the window tints.
I'm a big fan of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And last example I'll give you is there's like 7 police jurisdictions for this. Rockland, New York State Park Police, Rockland County Sheriff, Clarkstown Police, the Department of Environmental Protection, Department of Environmental Conservation, and the State Police. It's usually just Park Police. You walk past that house, it's a little easy trail, 0.7 of a mile.
Okay.
And we were coming down it, I don't even know, 6 months ago, the last 100 feet, and it's an incline. So I see a brown SUV at the gate where you start to walk. And it's a full squad car. I mean, it's New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, Environmental Protection, and so it's a fully loaded cop car, and they can't see Luna and me, but I can see down. And there's an Ecuadorian man, and they feed their family this way. He's sitting down by those rocks.
Yes.
And he's dressed, he's got a cooler, and he's got a stick.
Okay.
And one of the cops gets out, of course, he looks young, white male. And I can't hear really what's going on, but I see the Latino guy reach into his pocket, pulls out a piece of paper. Cop looks at it, hands it back, goes back to the cruiser, which is not even this far.
Okay.
And gets out and comes back, and with no exchange, walks up and puts his hands in the guy's pocket. He has to turn around.
Started searching him.
So my spidey
Power
senses,
tripping,
I'm
power
a
tripping.
big Fourth Amendment guy.
Okay, okay.
So
No
then
searches or seizures.
his partner gets out and opens the cooler. Closed container.
Yes.
Now, I said I've had enough of this. Let's go there. So we walk down, and they think that, I'm a white guy,
You know nothing about, yeah.
black people. I look at the one cop and I say, hey, I was curious, could you please articulate for me specific allegations of fact, which if true, would give you reasonable suspicion that a crime was committed or about to be committed? And his head looked like it was going to explode. And he literally looked at me and goes, F you.
No way.
I said, well, and I said, listen, you're probably thinking you want to grab my camera. I had my phone up. I said, don't waste your time because I have Dropbox, and when I film, it's being uploaded to the cloud. And I said, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves. If I were sitting here, you would have never approached me. I think this is from the Rockland County Executive. So he rounded up a bunch of people. I said, remember, I used that line from Denzel. I love him in Equalizer with the cops.
The Book of Eli.
I called him. I said, you two are punks. Remember, justice, protecting
Upholding our constitutional rights.
the Constitution.
Yes.
Do you remember that? And the other guy told me to go fuck myself.
And most of them do it for the money or to just have some power, bro. They don't do it to protect us. They don't do it to help us. They don't do it.
Well, over there when you leave,
It's only a few that you might find that really work for the people, you know?
there are.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark, the Secret Service guy, he's the most non-racist. He's Dominican.
And he's retired.
I took the guy, when you leave here,
Yes.
you take a left and look to your right, it's called Marydale.
Okay.
And that's where all the nuns between New York City and Albany live.
They still live there?
They started, their highest number was 168, and they're down to 8.
8? 8 nuns?
Yeah. Sister Veronica Mendez is like a mom to me because my mom died.
Is that like a private?
No, it's part of the Catholic Archdiocese.
Okay.
And so I got the guy, and I said I knew enough Spanish to get him to come over. And what he told me was horrifying. He said, because she interpreted, they got out of the car, they said they had a report of something suspicious, and that they're going to pat him down. I mean, that is the opposite of the Fourth Amendment. I mean, they train.
Straight violation.
If I had that rock in my pocket, okay, here's an example. If I had this to this in my pocket,
The gimbal.
they're allowed to go like that. They are not allowed to manipulate. So if you run
Simple
your
pat-
hand up
simple
and
pat
down,
down.
that they probably could take out to look at the camera.
But
Cannot start manipulating and feeling.
they first, before they do that, they have to articulate a suspicion of a crime.
Yeah, and that's why I told the one cop, I said, if
Because they're not going to come touch me just because they feel like it.
I said, if that guy were naked, then I'm going to give you some, now you're building reasonable suspicion. Why would someone in 50-degree weather be butt naked? Which is a crime, too. But what you did to this guy is humiliating.
It is.
And like Denzel said, when somebody does something, unspeakable to someone you hardly know, you do something about it because you can. And God put in me, I'm a big protector of First, Fourth, and Fifth, and Sixth Amendment.
Yes.
I have an organization. I'm from Chicago.
Okay.
And we would go to outreach centers for Latino and African American churches. And we got all the big law firms, that never do any criminal stuff. They all do corporate.
Mm-hmm.
It's called First Defense Legal Aid. We printed cards. And so a big firm, say you work for a firm in Manhattan that has 2,000 lawyers. you got to do some pro bono. So one time a month for 24 hours, you're on call.
Okay.
Say dude gets arrested at the 11th precinct in the 44 in the Bronx. He already has his card that says, this is my responsibilities for the place, and these are my rights. And I do not want to speak to anyone. I want a lawyer. And we tell them, just hand this to them, and then they would call that lawyer on call, who would then come out and help them. So they could not be tricked. A lot of people don't understand that if you had me, if there was a shooting here, and you and him have me in a room, you could come back and say, we ran they have instant DNA now, just like printing.
Yes, they do.
We ran, and they could actually put a piece of paper, and you could push it and have my name down the raw, say, that the DNA is a hit. That's a lie. Police are allowed to do that.
They're allowed to lie, of course.
So that's why, I tell my clients, if they had evidence that was compelling, why are they talking to you?
Yeah.
So they're talking.
Making sure that you help them with their investigation.
They want admission after admission.
Yeah.
It took the Chicago police 25 fucking years. If you are 16 or under and arrested for a homicide, they have to have cameras. It has to be recorded. And see, this is something that you'd be very interested in. Someone like Mark from the Secret Service.
Yes.
When he interviews people, they don't tape anything.
He just keeps the knowledge.
There's no tape, there's no interpretation.
No writing.
So when he goes into court wearing his gun with his little American flag pin lapel thing and his cell phone, and all the jurors in federal court can't even bring their phones in, they're going to believe him. FBI is the same way. They never tape anything.
Is their word.
For the FBI. Why would you lie? Because if you were the agent, I'd spend 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes of my direct would be talking all about your career and your reward.
Yes. That's what happened. I recently, not too long ago, came out of a trial, and that was like half of the trial was talking about his rewards and his accomplishments and how much of a hero he is. And
just for the tables. Have you ever noticed in criminal cases,
yeah,
prosecutors sit nearest to the jury? So I used to get in big fights with judges and say, I want to sit here, let's flip a coin. There's no rule that says they get to sit there. It gives the jury the impression that the prosecutor's telling the truth, and the jury can hear it.
Yeah.
And, it just...
And you're presumed guilty before anything, you heard?
Same thing with sidebars. I recommend to everyone to sit in on one federal criminal trial and one state criminal trial, because they're so much different. In state court, say he's the judge and we're the attorneys.
Yes.
And we get in a touchy area. He's going to say, can we have a sidebar? So we walk over there and I say, where's the stenographer? No, this is just off the record. And for someone who's facing 25 to life,
everything has to be on record, bro.
I said, I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's not my fault. It has to be. You have to have her come over.
Everything.
There. Because if I lose and he appeals, the appeals court's going to say there is no issue because you didn't preserve it.
Mm-hmm.
In federal court, they do sidebars, but every single time the stenographer.
Always there.
Always. You will never see a federal judge.
Yeah, no, but these kangaroo courts, they do whatever they want, bro. These courts...
They're unchecked.
They're unchecked.
Most people don't if you guys are both First Amendment auditors,
Yes, sir.
do you get Netflix?
Yes.
It's a 6 episodes, 40 minutes.
What's the name
It will
of it?
change everything that you are doing.
What's the name of it?
The World Wide Web of Lies.
The World Wide Web of Lies.
Yes, and
I'm gonna
it's
check
all
that out.
about
Make sure y'all check that out too, my
police
peeps.
And First Amendment, 6 different episodes. And when you watch that, I guarantee you, you're gonna be bugging the fuck out. Like, how is this happening on American soil? I mean, a friend put me onto it. It was pretty incredible. There was, I'll leave you guys with this. There was a dude, really granola, you know, like a Buster Brown. And he lived in California, and he wrote a computer program that would go through all the newspapers, find the dead people, and file taxes. And he took, this
Oh
just
shit!
happened.
He'll find the dead people and file taxes. I think I heard of something like that.
17 million. And so the FBI fucked up in San Mateo. They had over 100 agents, and they forgot to block the one thing, so the kid got away. So all of a sudden, in 2021, 900 police agencies show up at his door, at his apartment in Arizona, Phoenix. And he's like, guys, just let me ask you one question. How the fuck did you find me? So that, to punish him, they put him in a private detention center instead of MDC or MCC. So he fires his lawyer and asks the U.S. attorney for discovery. They bring him 20,000 pages and an IBM Select from 20 years ago. Every page, and he stops on one, and it's an affidavit from an FBI agent saying to the judge, we have exhausted all traditional means of cell phone locations and tower dumps, and can we employ the use of a stinger?
A stinger.
And this dude was like, what the fuck? So he asked for more discovery. They bring him like 50 fucking thousand pages. The judge, same guy, says yes. So he starts having friends do research. And what a stinger is, it was developed by Northrop Grumman for the CIA in the 70s. It's not meant to be used on American soil. Now that could be a stinger. It used to be a big box. Your phone could. So say you draw a circle of a mile. Press a button. Every single cell phone connects to the stinger and starts downloading. So this guy took it to the federal court, and Arizona is only one district. And he lost, but the judge said it is a Fourth Amendment seizure using that. His guidelines were 360 months to life.
Holy shit. Well, so listen, thank you for putting me on. Go ahead, finish up.
This has fucked up our government. So
Go ahead, finish up.
he loses, they have it thrown out, and he gets called in 2 days to the warden. And it's a single envelope from Washington, D.C., from Jeff Sessions, one of Trump's AGs, like his second in charge, and it says, listen, if you sign this letter, you can leave today. There will be no jail time, there will be no probation, supervised release, and since you invested it in gold, you made the government money.
He signed the letter?
And, well, why do you think they wanted to do that? It's because they didn't want it appealed to the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco.
Because all that was going to be exposed over there.
And then if they rule in his favor, it spreads like cancer.
A can of worm.
So they interviewed the U.S. attorney at the end, and they said, we've been doing this documentary films for a long time. We've never seen someone facing life in prison just walk out. And he smiled and he said, 99% of inmates are mentally ill. He goes, this guy, I would have hired.
Listen, thank you for putting me on. They call me Eli, the people's guy. Check me out on YouTube, because there you're going to see the real corruption. I have a lot to show over there. You're really going to see what's going on in our country over there. Check us out. You're going to see you there and what my people have to say. Yo, much love, you heard? God bless you, and God bless Luna.
Take care. What my friends say?
Be easy.
Nice and easy.
Eli, the people's guy, and Zay TV. Yep. My oldest son. Be easy, man.
I like it.
All right, take care. He said he's going to hit the like, my peeps. You heard? Let's keep it moving, man. The sun is about to go down. Let's hit the 10 real quick. Hopefully. Damn, I don't even know what's his answer when I asked him what's going to happen to me when I go to 10. You heard? I couldn't even hear his answer, my peeps. But he had a lot to say. Shout out to him. Shout out to Luna. Let's hit the road, my peeps. You heard? We are in Upper Nyack. Let's see what the town has to offer. You heard? This is Upper Nyack Beach. That's how they call it. You heard, my peeps? Shout out to my guy. And shout out to Luna. Let's hit the road, my peeps. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. You heard? Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you pull up to Zay TV. Make sure you pull up to Cartoon Peeps TV. Make sure you pull up to The People's Podcast TV. ELY'S TV douche. And show some love. You heard, my peeps? Damn, I just stepped on something, my peeps. I felt it. I don't know what that is, but it looks suspicious. I felt it. I stepped on it. Jesus. Let's keep it moving, my peeps. I gotta wash my bottoms now.